I mean, gives you something to do when it's snowing 4 or 5 feet every couple of weeks.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Any game day superstitions?
Oh, so when I used to play like semi-pro before the naval became a thing, it used to be the IBLA. I would warm up without my shoes. I would
Ooh.
run like field or like the turf or the sport court, whatever we were playing on, without shoes. I just felt like that was a good way to like be a part of the turf and be a part of the ground. And so like even when we were doing our stretches and like our pregame stretches and everything, and before we go to the locker room the first time, I would just do it without shoes.
Huh.
And of course, we would go get dressed for formal warm ups, and I would have my shoes on. But before then, would have no shoes in. I would usually go through a good pair of socks
Huh.
every couple of games because I would do it without shoes.
That's definitely a new one, but I can see how you'd want to feel connected to the turf for sure.
Yeah, I mean, on concrete, it was a terrible idea because you. But with turf, like
Yeah.
I just I just felt connected. I don't do it so much now because I don't play semi-pro as much, and it's just
Yeah.
men's league. But it's just one of those weird superstitions I did when I was playing competitively.
No, I can definitely see where that one's coming from for sure. Yeah. Okay. What's the weirdest food combination you've ever tried and actually liked?
I mean, I love pineapple on pizza, so that's one thing.
Hey,
Uh,
that's not weird here.
well, it's funny enough, people think that's weird, but I'm like, I mean, so in Colorado, we have Rocky Mountain oysters, which are fried testicles, which are
Okay.
fried testicles, and that and like barbecue sauce is something I'm not personally a fan of. And I know for my friends who watch this that are part of my mountain chicken team, I think it was like a weird combination that I liked was frog legs and butter.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once I joined this team, I'm like, okay, I got to quit eating frog legs.
Yeah, totally fair. Uh,
But we do taste like chicken.
yeah.
But I don't eat frogs. Like
Ah,
they're around for a reason, and we don't need to take them off the earth. Just
totally.
saying.
Yeah. Okay, what's your most memorable moment on the lacrosse floor so far?
I think it's as a coach. I think it was going back to back with the middle school team that I coached. I coached for Denver City Lax, and um, we just won the seventh grade championship with our team, and then we won it again eighth grade, and so we went up a level, and we ended up repeating, but which hasn't been done in our organization. So we were the first team to do it, but I felt like the second one was way more enjoyable than the first one. And I've never won a championship ever. Men's league, internationally, or semi-pro, whatever league. So for the kids to enjoy it not once but twice, you know, it's probably something I'll never forget because they got to experience twice, and it was an overtime win too, nonetheless. And it's something I'll never forget because even though I may never win a championship in any sort of division or league that I play in, I can at least say that I helped, the kids that I coached win it twice, and it'll definitely be something I will remember probably as time goes on. And I had one of my nephews there too, and one of my nephews got to experience what it felt like to be a winner, and something that you know I've won games, but I've never won a championship twice, nonetheless.
Yeah, no, that must be awesome as a coach, and especially for your young players, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now we get into what I call my fun questions before I let you go. First one up, you now get to ask me a question. What do you want to know?
So how did I mean, besides being Canadian, how did you get involved with the sport?
Okay, so I'll give you the brief version. So basically, I attended the Minto Cup in 2018 that was here in Calgary. Like, I went with a group of friends and watched it. I was with a local autism agency here in Calgary at the time,
Hmm.
and our program director was the one who took us to the game, who was in charge of all the sports programs. And we were like, "Hey Scott, can we start a lacrosse program?" And from there, Zach Courier gave me my first stick, which was a Warrior prototype.
Ooh.
It was a Warrior Warp prototype. So, and then we just started playing and having fun.
And that's what lacrosse barriers is, right?
Yes, so that's who that was Lacrosse and Barriers before it was Lacrosse and Barriers.
Oh,
Yeah.
you learn something new every day.
Yeah, no, totally.
So if you had, okay, so a question for me to you: if you had to pin two superheroes together, what two superheroes would you pick, and then which one would win?
Ooh, I don't know who would win, but I like to see Quicksilver versus the Flash.
Hmm.
Yeah. Just because they both have super speed and I think the Flash is faster, so I'd probably lean more in that direction.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking about that one. So, like my girlfriend's brother, he has autism, high function autism,
Yep.
and he always asks me these questions, and we always go on these debates about it. And so I was like, maybe that's a good question I should ask you.
Yeah.
And we can never get to we can never get to an agreement. But I
Yeah.
mean, I guess that's the point of it.
Yeah.
And had some really good questions about it.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
So, and then I got one more question for you.
Oh, okay.
If you were to, if money wasn't an issue
Hmm.
and time wasn't an issue, where would you like to travel in the world and why?
Ooh, I would probably just because of the tech and there being a lot of Pokemon, I would probably have to say Japan.
I mean, not that's on my list too. And after
Yeah.
meeting some people on Team Japan, gives you
Right?
more to go.
Yeah. No, I would honestly love to go to Japan. They have the Pokemon Center stores, which I'm a big Pokemon fan.
I will openly admit and say, yeah, me too. You know,
Yeah.
I'm the guy who would go to a midnight release for a new game and like try to beat it in a week.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so the only reason I ever buy new Nintendo consoles to this day, the main reason behind it is for the Pokemon games.
No judgment here. I mean, same here.
Most of the time, the first time I buy a video game for a new Nintendo console, it's a Pokemon game.
Hey, nothing wrong there. I mean, been around. Let's see,
Yeah.
for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So,
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you get to nominate a teammate. Who am I talking to next?
I think our goalie Xavier Guerrero. He's a really good guy. Definitely, he. When I met him during the field tryouts back a couple years ago, and we played in a couple of tournaments together. But he's a very like lively kind of guy, and he has some very interesting stories, and he has a very interesting personality. I think you would enjoy talking to him.
Nice. Okay. Last thing before I let you go, you now get 1 minute to shout out anyone you want.
Honestly, I just want to shout out to all the people out there who are playing lacrosse, whether if you're just starting or you're a veteran for a very long time. People worry about sports dying, but it's the people who just continue to play it that keep the sport alive. Um, whether you can't catch a ball or you can throw the ball behind your back, you're the reason why the sport keeps going. And you know it's curiosity that keeps the sport alive. If somebody wants to try, let them try. And as much as the sport is expensive, you know, if you end up having to give up the stick, not the end of the world. There's more sticks around, and who knows? You might need to spoil yourself with a new one. Then, secondly, I want to give a shout out to all the international teams out there. It was cool meeting you in Utica. I hope our paths cross at some point, especially my friends friends in the Netherlands. We got along very well, and I can't wait to see you guys again. And then shout out to all of my Mountain Chicken friends. If you guys ever see this, you know, just ribbit. Ribbit here, ribbit there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is all the time I have today, but thank you, Enrique.
Of course, OJ. It was good seeing you again.
Good seeing you too, buddy.
Of course, stay in touch.